Okay, guys, so welcome to another daily analysis video. So let's get started with the analysis. Now, if you followed yesterday's analysis, then analysis as usual played out as we expected, right? We expected that this candle will respect these highs of the previous candle, and this candle will respect the highs of the previous candle, and will break the lows of this candle and will continue its move further down, right? So that's how it did went, and we were successful with yesterday's analysis, right? Now, if you took the trades, took the sells, then definitely give me a like on the video. Now, let's get started with today's video, right? Today's analysis. Let's look at the weekly time frame a little bit. So, basically, on the weekly time frame, you see very bearish momentum, and you know that it's like 2 days are left to be to complete the this weekly candle, right? Now let's just draw this zone which is on the weekly time frame. So this zone we almost tapped like 50% of this zone, right? Now look at the daily time frame. This is basically trading at a weekly support zone, or I would say it as more of a rejection area, right? Now, so basically, there are chances that we can, continue pushing through this area and continue pushing down to retest the lows for tomorrow's candle, maybe break it a little bit and go till 1870s, right? 1870s, and if we break those 1870s, we got some nice clean traffic to the left hand side on the daily candles, right? Now let's look at where we can plan our trades for tomorrow. Now, right, just this is the daily support zone. Now let me just quickly mark these zones up, just a minute. So this one is the daily, this one is the weekly. Okay. This is weekly. Now let's look at the 4H time frame, right? Looking at the 4H time frame, you guys can obviously notice that this zone is an area of significance and is a significant lower high according to me on the 4H time frame. Now, if you guys don't know about what a significance high is, lower high is, I'll just tell you. Just a minute. Now, so here, let me explain you a little bit about that thing, particularly how I see that, right? So basically, this is a downtrend when it is going on. So like yeah, looking at this thing, this price came from this area, broke the previous structure to the left hand side, and broke through it, right? Now this area for me becomes the area of significance, right? So I just call it a significant lower high. I just learned it from a guy known as Matt. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but I learned this thing from him. This really helps us to like this actually helps me to look at the market direction very easily. So so this is a 4H significant lower high for me. What does that now mean for me? So I'm not going to buy until we are trading below this area, right? I understand that we can still move up from this zone to 200 pips up to here to go back to resistance and so, but those moves won't be clean, right? As you see this one, like as you see these sells are the clean moves, and these buys which are the pullback were the nasty moves which were there. So these buys won't be this much clean as these sells are playing out right now, right? So that's basically the reason for not taking those buys usually. And now we need to find out till where we can get the pullbacks usually, right? So I'm expecting pullbacks before under this region. Why? Just because this is our area of significance, and along with that, if you check that on the daily time frame, you'll see that this is previous candles highs as well. So things are properly aligning to each of them, right? Now let's just mark our key levels. That's what I love to do. And The 1905 is near it, and 1895, then 1900, right? So these are the three areas I would say which I'm looking for pullbacks. Basically something like this to happen. Goes here, comes down to retest the lows, goes here, comes down to retest the lows, and same for this thing, right? Goes there, comes down to retest the lows. Now basically the probability for this 1895 increases. According to me, I would say this is the chances of this thing playing out is more, right? Why am I saying this? Let's talk about that on the daily time frame. So you look at this thing particularly, just a minute. Okay, so you look at this daily candle. Mostly what happens is that if there is a pullback, then the best pullback which we can get is to the 50% of this daily candle, right? So 50% of this daily candle seems to be like somewhere around here, 1893's areas, right? So that's why this makes more sense for me to come down there and pull back. Now why does the probability of these two zones becomes less, right? Let's talk about that as well. So basically you can notice the area which is present to the left right here, right? Like in this box, that is just a nasty range, right? That's just a nasty range. So we don't know how will price be reacting to this range usually, but what we know is that you can see this as the low of the zone, which was acting as the support for this zone basically, right? So if the price goes on to this zone, it could be some simple scenario of support turning into resistance and moving the things down, right? So basically that confluence is as well there, right? But these consolidation areas, price can reject from anywhere in these consolidation areas, right? But still this area becomes a good area if we notice upon this 1h, as this is a 1h resistance and price got fake out from that particular point. But the probability of this 1905 region increases very very much, I would say. Like if you get the entries in this area, these would be prime entries, but we don't know that how good will these be playing, right? Because at this point the daily candle would be very very bullish, and it might happen that it breaks the low highs of the candle and start moving up. But the scenario which I'll be considering up here would be a fake out on these 1905 levels, right? But I don't think we can pull back this much. If there's a pullback, if we can go up this much, then basically that will be our support formation, and we can get some nice and better pullbacks on the daily time frame on gold, right? So basically the buys for me for tomorrow is for sells. Looking at all the bearish market structure, bearish pressure, downtrend going on, daily candles indicating sell, weekly candle indicating sells, monthly candle indicating sells, everything is pointing at just one direction. So just stick with the sales and just kill it, right? So basically every day New York session is giving us some nice moves, and London also is doing the job along with that. So you just gotta be patient and trade with discipline, and make the most use of this analysis video. So right now I'm gonna end up this video. If you got any questions or anything like that, you can reach out to me on Telegram or anywhere you want me to talk to. Right now let's stop this recording. So thank you so much for watching this analysis video, and take care, and may you have a nice profitable day tomorrow.